What up, baby? This is Badwell Godoy coming in from Delaware. We have another great meeting ahead of us because we're going to be talking about the investment round and some updates on that. Not too much this time. We're not going to go too hard on the investment updates because reality is we're doing the paperwork right now. We're doing the legal paperwork, and there's a lot of little things going on in the background that I can't really disclose. But I will be giving you some updates on where the script is going, right? And also some hiring practices that we're doing. Additionally, we're also going to talk about the casting. So I'm picking out the winners right now. So I should have an answer for you guys pretty soon on that. And then we're definitely going to talk about this dang anniversary edition because the anniversary editions are finally in. Yeah, the anniversary editions from freaking China that took about 2 months to ship, right? They're finally here, man. They're finally here. And now I'm flying in my lead artist, David Lenneman, the guy who does all the Black Sands. I'm flying him in so he can sign all the books as well as me signing all the books, right? So everybody gets the first time ever, the lead artist of Black Sands will also be signing the books. So it's a pretty big deal. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about all these things in the next hour or so. All right. So before we begin, first of all, let me know where you're from, where you're watching this from. What state, what country. I know a lot of people in different countries. We holding it down right now, man. I'm representing Delaware right now, but we gonna get into it. All right. So while we're doing that, hit that like button. You gotta hit that like button for the algorithm gods, right? The algorithm gods like hiding our content. So hit that like button, share it with your friends or whatever, and let's get into this cracking. You know what I mean? Let's see. Hey, I got a question right here, and I will answer a little later, but I'll just say this for now. The first three episodes of the Black Sands that's coming out in the winter, the first three episodes are completely different from what you see in the comics. All right, so it's like a new introduction to the Black Sands verse. That's the intro, but the rest of the season, like the entire like full season of the first season, will be following the Black Sands comic books very closely. Okay, so that's really what it is. It's a brand new take on the intro, but the actual story will follow the comics very closely. Now let's see here. All right, we got some Maryland people up in here. We got all these people up in up in Florida and Texas and Hawaii. What's up, y'all? Appreciate y'all for being here with me, for real. I know things get a little hectic sometimes at the end of the month, but we here tonight, okay? All right, so let's start off by talking about the investment round, right? So what we want to do is we're going to pull up some information real quick. Yeah. So as you're all aware, right, in our previous investment rounds, we raised millions of dollars for Black Sands specifically in order to expand the publishing empire of Black Sands. We actually got a couple of amazing deals in the process too. For instance, we just got a deal with Renaissance, which is basically AR, accelerated reader. So that's a huge deal when it comes to school distribution. We should have a lot easier time getting in schools. And our catalog has gotten massive. I think we're close to like 70 chapters for all of the Black Sands titles, including titles that we published from other creators as well. So our footprint has been massive because of the investments that people have made into us. And we are also moving forward with our video game production that we're slated to get into Microsoft's store in next year, right? So we have that video game in a process right now. And we just had a lot of growth from the participation of our investors in the past. This next investment round that we're doing in May, that's going to be for the Black Sands anime. All right. So if you haven't been in our previous meetings, we were talking about the Black Sands anime, specifically that the anime is going to cover basically, the movies, right? The actual films, not the company. All right. The films. And the investment round is specifically going to cover the first three episodes, or in other words, the mini movie, right? Like a 90-minute movie. That's basically what you're going to be investing in. And unlike in a typical investment round where it's like, oh, here's a stock price, you're buying stock, right? You don't get anything besides the stock for now until you sell your stock. This one's going to be a profit sharing round. So in other words, when you invest in Black Sands, you will see a return on your investment in some form or fashion, whether it's a loss or a profit. You are going to receive something, right, back based on the revenue that we generate from these animes, right? Now, the thing about it is, these animes specifically are around, it's not a really high investment that we're doing as far as like cost, right? We're planning on spending about $5 million all in to make the anime and promote it. However, we're going to be in roughly 1,000 movie theaters. And if you're in 1,000 movie theaters, the potential to make, 50 to $100 million at the box office is pretty high. It's pretty high. It's not hard to do, right? 50 to $100 million at the box office is not a crazy number, right? And since our cost is so low, we have a lot of growth and opportunity to actually make a nice return on our investment. So that's how we're going to start the Black Sands verse with these 3 episodes. And then we're going to go into the first 10 episodes, which is the half of the first season, right? So we have a lot of cool things going on there. The scripts are actually coming through left and right now. So our lead writer is going through right now and making as many entries as possible. And I'm working so closely with him that I'm literally looking at like specific points, specific styles, specific dialogue and going, yeah, he wouldn't say that, or, stuff like that, right? I'm going in there and I'm directly affecting how the story is going to be progressing. So even though the first three movies of the Black Sands verse is going to have a different plot line than what's in the comics, right? It's going to be basically overseen by me directly. So don't worry about that. It's not going to be a completely different energy than what we always had in the past. It's going to be pretty lit. You know what I mean? Let's see what else. Also in this round, we're going to be having investor cards as well. So we're still going to do another investor card thing. This time it's going to be for the anime specifically, though. All right. So it's going to have a different style. It's probably going to be vertical instead, but it is going to be a membership card again for investors for the anime. So you're going to have some more bling for you guys. Again, we're going to have some metal cards, new styles, new criteria, but still the same great vibe that we had last time. I think it's going to be pretty cool. You know what I mean? And then once we're done with all that, you should see rapid updates. Like rapid updates you're going to see throughout the summer because we're going to be in full production. All right. We're not going to be like, oh, let's see what happens. We're at full production by the summer because we're already working through the scripts right now. Once we have the scripts and we have the producer and director, we're good to go. We're moving forward. We already have hundreds of animators waiting for the job, so it's not like it's gonna be hard to go into full production. All we need is the finalized script, right, and the director, and we should be good to go. Let's see. Now, as far as anything else involving the investment round, I am going to open up the comment section so that you guys can ask some questions real quick about the actual investor round. And I'll be answering all those in the comment section. And then I'm going to move on to the voice actors and what happened with the voice actors. Okay. So let's go here. Let's see. All right, so Ken10, I invested early on before the investment cards were implemented. How do I claim mine from my previous investment? It's very simple. All you got to do is email me. You get a lot of emails from Black Sands, whether you get emails directly from my email address when I send them out through MailChimp or you get them through your campaign. But either way, just email me. If you email me with your information, I'll be able to look it up and then I'll give you the link to go and order your cards. You're going to be ordering your cards. You're going to be paying for shipping, but you won't be paying for the actual cards. And every single investor from previous rounds is eligible for 2 investor cards. All right, 2 free investor cards. So all you got to do is just hit me up with your information. You'll be able to get it. A couple of people did since my last meeting. So last week we had a meeting on Saturday, and like 3 or 4 people emailed me saying they didn't get their cards yet, and then I got them the link. So that's what's up. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that's also asking that question. Same process. Just email me. Will this definitely be in the theaters? It's like a 95% chance. Be honest with you, we already have relationships in place. We already have relationships in place, and Carl Reed already like successfully launched like 6 shows already in the last 2 years. You know what I mean? So he already launched like six shows and movies in the last 2 years already. So, the track record's pretty strong. It's pretty strong. Beta testing for the video game. I will do some closed beta testing in the 3rd week of April, right? 3rd week of April, we'll have closed beta testing for our patrons. So if you're a patron, you can go ahead and get into that test. My library claims they can only get book 1 and 2 only. I don't know. What system do they use? Because we're in most systems and we have like a lot of books. We have at least 4 books in the system right now for just Black Sands alone. We also got Monarchs, Madagascar, whatever. But if your library needs more information, right, you can always email Giselle, right? Email Giselle and she can send you our catalog with all our books in the system, in their system. So they should be able to look it up based off of that catalog because it has all the ISBNs on it and everything. How long will the next investment round last? Until it's funded, all right? That could be a month after launch. That could be 3 days after launch, right? It really depends. Last time when I did an investment round, I raised $500,000 in 1 day, right? In the first day. So we're looking at a $2 million round. We're looking at a $2 million round, all right? So I don't know how fast we're going to go, but I'm going to make sure that we're that first day is going to be $1 million or something. Like I'm not going to hesitate on nothing. I'm going to do a very strong launch plan to make that first day at least $1 million. So we're going to be 50% funded on the first day. You know what I mean? How long can profit be generated from the movie? Basically, the movie, right? Uh, Honestly, I have no clue about longevity of movies and films. I know one thing: the licensing rights are forever, right? So whenever somebody puts it on like Netflix or HBO and they want to stream it on a certain streaming platform, they got to pay for that, and that's a part of what you're investing in, right? You're investing in all revenue generated from the first 3 episodes, right? And that's considered a movie slash a short mini series or whatever, right? So that's what you're investing in. Whether licensing, merchandising, distribution rights deals happen in the future because of it, you're still privy to a cut of what that is. I don't know if that lasts forever. I don't know if there's maximum buyout yet. I don't know yet. So we got to see how the structure is going to be done, right? But even if there is like a maximum like return, right, it's still going to be a pretty awesome return on investment no matter what, right? If we successful, right? If we fail, we fail. But if we're successful, everybody should get a nice hefty return on their investment, right? So that's how we're working on it right now. Can I find out if the movie is in my area of Wisconsin? It most likely will be. 1,000 theaters means it's going to be basically in every single state in America, right? I mean, that's how it is. If it's at 1,000 theaters, it's definitely going to be in every single state in America. Now, you might have to drive an hour to get to it, right? Especially in Wisconsin, but at the end of the day, right, it's most likely going to be in every single state in America. If you got my emails, it's mgodoy@blacksandsentertainment.com, right? That's the one that I email everybody on, mgodoy@blacksandsentertainment.com. All right, that's the one I email everybody on. If you got this invite through email, or patron, right? Just respond there. Respond there, and you'll still be able to reach me. Let me see. All right, I got to cut off the comments for a second so I can go into the next section. Now we're going to talk about the casting round, right? So we were doing casting for Black Sands, right? We were doing casting for Black Sands, and basically, roughly 80% of the cast that we went for landed a role. They landed a role. All right. So 80% of the characters that we put out there landed a role with the patrons. There were some characters who hardly anybody applied for, right? And applications to those characters weren't good as well. So there are some characters that straight up didn't get cast at all, right? Because some people, for some reason, like there was some characters where literally like one person applied for that character. All right, so it just fell through the cracks. I guess people just didn't feel just didn't want to try that character. But either way, about 80% of the characters were cast. So we're going to be sending out that information for the winners this week, right? So you should be expecting that. And the characters that didn't make it, the characters that didn't get cast, they will be assigned by normal voice actors in the industry, right? So we're just gonna hand those off, right? Because we ain't gonna do it again. We're not gonna do casting again, right? It's a long process already, but like I said, 80% of the cast was made, so we had some pretty good choices for a lot of them. So we'll see what happens there. Let's see, and also, with that news as well, we do have our Black Sands video game ending up. I think the second week of April we should be done, but it might be the third week of April, which is why I said the third week of April we'll get beta testers, right? People will go in and get closed beta testing, right, for the video game. So if you want to participate in the closed beta test for Black Sands, then you're gonna have to be a part of that patronage. That way you can get the link, right? And obviously you're gonna have to sign a waiver, right? You're gonna have to send a waiver basically saying that you won't disclose anything that you see in the game, nor take screenshots or something like that. Just because we want to keep it hush hush, we don't want to mess up our money, right? Like at the end of the day, if the game is picked up by Xbox, right? If the game's picked up by Xbox, they don't want any information going out there, right? Because they want to do a big reveal and E3 type stuff. So they don't want to mess up their bread by people out there giving out too much information. So this is an extremely exclusive privilege. Don't mess it up by opening that mouth and showing the world about what we're doing, right? Just give great feedback. That's what we want. We want feedback in text form, right? Hey, this is what I saw. I thought it was amazing. It's great right here. This is what could be improved. Yada 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 yada. Right? That's what we want. That's what we want from our beta testers. Okay. And also, once we go into full production, we'll also be looking for like lore writers. We're gonna be doing all that. In the Patreon community, you're gonna be a part of this video game production a lot. All right. So you're gonna test new characters, new builds, new enemies. You're gonna write stuff. You're gonna give us ideas for lore. You're gonna give us some freaking all types of cool stuff. So expect that in the future once we go into full production for the video game. Right now, we're just doing the vertical slice, which is what we're pitching directly to Microsoft. All right. So now that I have disclosed the information for the casting and also the video game, I'm opening the comment section back up for any questions related to those two things. So if you have any questions about the casting round, if you have any questions about the video game production, please let me know in the comment section and I'll hop on it immediately. All right, let's see what we got here. So someone said, how do you get onto the beta? Basically, you just got to be a patron member. All right, so if you're a patron subscriber, patreon.com/blacksands, then you can be a part of the beta test, as well as all our future competitions and stuff. You also get to read all our comic books. I'll put the link in the comment section, just so you guys can just go directly there if you do want to sign up and you haven't before. most of the people that are here are patrons, right? Most of the people that are here are patrons. So it's a pretty cool community, right? You get special discounts and all that good stuff. Yada yada yada. Let's see. Will you cast the non-cast? I don't even know what that means. Can you reword that a little bit? Do you need beta testing experience? No, you really don't. You really don't need beta testing experience. Because I really want like very shallow feedback, right? I don't necessarily want super technical feedback because we have a lot of super technical people already on the production, right? And we're talking directly to Microsoft, so they have very really technical people, right? So what we really want is if this was a meme on TikTok, right? If this was a TikTok clip of 15 seconds, could I grab their attention, right? What is the things that you feel are things that could go viral, things that could be entertaining, or things that have a good like creative loop? Like, oh yeah, I have no problem doing fights like this. This actually pretty lit to do fights like this all the time. Or I like how you tell the storyline or the character's dialogue. You know, like superficial stuff. That's like the eye candy, the bells and whistles. Because the reality is this: we're not trying to make the best gameplay experience of all time. All right, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel or make the best of all time combat system. What we're trying to do is make the best visual production, right? So we're trying to make the best visual production and also the best storytelling production that we can do. All right. So storytelling and visual is like 90% of what we're selling when it comes to the video game. Gameplay needs to be just good enough to keep you going. Someone missed the information on the casting. Basically, is this: 80% of the cast has been basically qualified. So 80% of the characters will be picked for the patrons. So the patrons qualify for about 80%. 20% had hardly any applications at all for those particular characters. So because they had no applications and the applications that did come in weren't that good, those characters will be cast by regular industry voice actors, right? So that's just the way it is. We're not going to go through the process again to finish casting for them. If those characters were missed, they were just missed. You know what I mean? But 80% of the cast was picked from the patron pool. So that's cool, right? Including the main characters, right? So you definitely want to have a SAR being a patron because that's a $2,300 character, right? So yeah. We're gonna send the work to the winners, yes, after they sign their contracts. But everybody's gonna get feedback. Period. Everybody gets feedback. Every single person gets feedback. Period. The next investment round is going to be in mid-May, and I'm also answering the question before that. Malcolm said, uh, like it's not going to be a regular investment round. Okay, you're not buying stock. You're going to be buying profit sharing in the animated film of Black Sands. All right, profit sharing. All right, risky investment. All right, there ain't no safety net here because we're going right to theaters, and you're going to be a part of that. And if we win, you win. If we fail, you fail. That's going to be it. And I'm not going to be bailing anybody out. All right. Now, when we did the Black Sands app, right? When we did the BSP app, when that didn't work out, I did bail the investors out, right? I gave them a lot of stock in Black Sands Entertainment, right, in order to bail them out of a failed experiment, right? But that was really an experiment. This is not an experiment, right? The BSP app was like a thing that would be amazing if it worked, right? But it just wasn't financially feasible, right? So at the end of the day, instead of, pushing it along, I killed it, and then I also reassigned the stock to the investors, right? Just out of goodwill, right? That came directly out of my pool, right? That came directly out of my my stock. I gave that investment shares to those BSP investors. But when it comes to the animated film, there's no misunderstandings involved. This is a partnership with Carl Reed, a very big producer in this space. We have a lot of people that are going to be on board, including AAA actors who are going to be a part of the actual cast. All right, we're going to have hundreds of animators. This shit is really going to happen. So because it's really going to happen and it's really going to hit theaters and everything else, this ain't gonna be no plan B. We're all in. Either you're in or you're not. And the thing about it is too, with this investment round, I think most people need to understand is that we didn't need investors. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need public investors. In fact, it's a very risky thing. Like, Hollywood does not like it when normal people invest in a movie, right? They don't like that, right? Because they want to have control. They want to have what's it called? And we could easily get this funded by the regular sources of funding in Hollywood, right? That's how most of Carl's productions are funded. They're funded directly by people like HBO and stuff like that. But then HBO also has their hands in the production, right? And they can just change it and make it whatever they want. So what we did in order to put a safety net around our production so nobody does and puts the Hollywood touch on it, right? We protected the brand by making it a public investment round. And if it works out, then the public also makes a lot of money, right? So it's twofold, right? This is a huge opportunity for you guys, right? To not only protect the product, but also profit directly from the product. So if it goes hyper viral like Black Panther, we're going to get money. Not some rich executives in Hollywood, selling you Black Panther toys and not a single Black person is benefiting from it. You're going to get direct cash from the success of Black Sands if it hits. And anybody who didn't invest in Black Sands, they don't get any money for the win. But at least they get to support it, right? They get to consume it. But at the end of the day, man, I want my breadwinners to be here. Someone said Patreon monthly price, $5 or $20, whichever one you want to pick. You can also sign up for a year. So you can do like a whole year in advance and get like 10% off something. What is the percentage of investor share of profit? Well, the entire investor pool is roughly 50%, right? The entire investor pool. So all sources of investment. We could technically take all sources of investment if we raise $2 million, right? If we raise $1 million, then we're roughly taking about 25%, right? Instead of 50%. It's your call. It's what you want to do. I'm not in charge of that. So if y'all are greedy and y'all take the entire pool up, we won't need to talk to anybody else to gap fund or to gap fund or anything. We'll just have it all. Okay, now I'm gonna move on, but I'll answer questions like crazy at the end. At the very end, I'm gonna answer all questions, period. So if I missed you this time around, just come back in there again. All right. So the last thing we want to talk about, is the anniversary editions. So this has been a huge thing to us, but we've been working on for about 18 months now. 18 months we've been working on the anniversary editions of Black Sands, celebrating the 5 years that we were in business with this brand, making this huge unapologetic situation. And when I originally launched the Kickstarter campaign, because I wasn't exactly paying too much attention, right? I had massively undershot my delivery, right? So I was like, oh yeah, I'll be able to deliver it in this time. And the reality was I must have missed something when I put that number in, because I put it in a year early, right? Because reality was I was doing 10 chapters of Black Sands. Now think about how long 10 chapters of Black Sands is. 10 chapters of Black Sands is like 300 pages. 300. And you've seen Black Sands pages. I mean, think about it. Do you think pages like these, pages like these are quick pages? These are some of the most elite pages you ever seen, and I had to do 300 of them for the investment round. I mean, not for the investment round, but the Kickstarter. So yeah, I was way off, right? But they're finally here. They're finally here. The anniversary editions are finally in our hands, right? And next week, I am flying my main artist, David Lenneman. You know this guy right here? David Lenneman, right? I am flying him out for the first time ever from China. So he works in China for the most part because he works for Ubisoft and all these other companies, right? But I am getting him out here to the United States for a full week to sign thousands and thousands of these books, thousands of them, all right? So it's gonna go down on April 8th, and he's gonna be here for a whole week signing books. Meanwhile, we're gonna have like 3 to 5 people constantly packing the books as me and him are going through the books, signing them. People are gonna be packaging stuff and sending them out to the Kickstarter backers, to the people who bought the anniversary editions on our website, because there's still a couple of hundred extra anniversary editions we have. If you weren't aware, when we did the anniversary edition round, we said specifically that we're going to have only 1,000 copies printed ever, right? 1,000 sets. And we sold roughly 600 sets on the Kickstarter, right? But we have to print 1,000, right? Because you can't really print small numbers in China. Otherwise, the cost would be astronomical, right? But we have now, we've sold roughly about 100 additional sets to our backers and supporters and everything else. But here's the thing. On Thursday, so Thursday coming up, we can no longer sell copies that are going to be signed by both me and David Lenneman, aka Hydrus. He will not be able to sign any books that are bought past Thursday. The reason for that is very simple. He can't sign 5,000 books. We don't have time. We don't have time to sign 5,000 books. So in other words, if we only have 700 sets ordered, right, then we're going to sign 3,500 books, right? And then after that, I still will be able to sign them. I can still sign them, right? But he can't because he's going to be gone, right? He's going to be gone. So that's it. So anybody who hasn't ordered a set of the anniversary edition will basically not only be signed by me, Manuel Godoy. Now, the thing about it is, my signature is pretty damn good in the first place, right? Because I'm the original creator, I'm the owner of the IP, I'm the CEO of the company. But nobody's ever got a signed copy from David Lenneman, ever. There are 0 signed copies of the main artist of Black Sands, the main styler of the entire verse, right? Never happened. So this is going to be an exclusive event. Please do not ham this up and forget it. You need to be a part of this because it's going to be huge. Now, these are what they look like, right? I'm going to show you a couple of them. So this is Black Sands #1, right? The anniversary edition, right? And then we have Black Sands #2, right? Another anniversary edition right here, right? And the thing about these anniversary editions that you need to understand is that one, they have like the dedication page to all the Kickstarter backers and everything else in there as well, right? And they're going to be signed by both me and him on the cover in gold, all right? So we're going to sign gold covers, all that cool stuff. It's all in hieroglyph, right? It's just a pretty badass thing. Now, you see right here in this banner, it says, use code patronage for 20% off your order, right? So let's go and check out where we're at right now as far as like the actual thing. And I'm going to share this tab. So I'm sharing it right now with you guys. You can see exactly what's going on, right? So currently we have about 106 sold. I will, no matter what, I am going to stop selling them at about 300 sets. The reason for that is very simple. I don't know if I have any more past then. And I have to have a whole bunch of spares for my Kickstarter backers. Because if my Kickstarter backers let's say they take a while to go and sign the surveys, right? If they take like 2 months to sign surveys, because people do, some people procrastinate, right? They have to have their copies. So I have to put at least 100 copies away, right? No matter what, and not touch them specifically for my Kickstarter backers. Also, if you are a Kickstarter backer, all right, if you are a Kickstarter backer and you want an additional set, you couldn't get multiple sets during the Kickstarter campaign. They don't allow you to get multiple sets during the Kickstarter campaign. I am going to give you a special discount code through Kickstarter, okay? So all you got to do is just simply send a message to me from Kickstarter, right? You can message me right there on there. Just say, hey, message the creator of this campaign. Message me for the discount. It's a special discount code. I'm going to give you like 40% off, right? Because you guys had already bought the sets in the first place, right? So you're going to get a massive discount for additional sets if you want additional sets as a collector, right? So you guys are going to get that. For everybody else, because you're here with me live today, you can get 20% off your order by using the code that I'm putting in the description right now. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to give you the link to it just so you can have right now. And during this meeting, I will be answering any questions that you have, right? I'll be answering any questions that you have for the next 15 minutes. So I'll be here open book. You can go ask any questions that you want, right? I just put the link in the comment section if you missed it. So you can click the link and you can order right now. Our goal tonight is 150 copies sold, all right? And our goal by Thursday is well over 200 copies sold, all right? That's our goal by Thursday, because Thursday is the cutoff. We literally cannot get any more orders past Thursday. If you want David Lenneman, aka Hydrus, the lead artist of the company, it's been with us for 6.5 years. If you want him to sign your books, you have to order before next Thursday. Okay, that's important. Okay, so let me see here. All right, so now I'm opening up the comment section. Please, if you want to order, just order now. Don't wait. Go ahead and order right now. Let me know if you ordered too in the comment section so I can go and pull you up. All right, I can pull you up and I can thank you for supporting us and everything else. And if you have any pressing questions, just let me know. And we're good to that. Let's see. Do we message you directly on Kickstarter for the code for a second copy? Yeah. Just message me directly on Kickstarter. I'm also going to give you guys an email. Another update. People don't check their updates, though. I'll be honest. People don't check the updates on Kickstarter, but I'm going to do another update on Kickstarter with just that discount code as well. So you can grab it there. But if you message me, I'll be able to just directly give you the code. That's not a problem. Okay. Where can you buy the books? I just put the comment up. So basically this, right? Black Sand Sign Anniversary Editions exclusive. It's also in the description of the video. So if you go down to the description of the video, you'll see the link. But I put the link in the comment section right here, right? I put the link in the comment section right there. So just click that link and you'll be able to go and order. I see a couple people already ordered. I see about 6 people ordered already. So thank you guys so much. And I'm still looking at these questions. Let me look at these questions. Truemonger said he ordered it earlier. Yeah, I saw that, man. A lot of people had already supported. I appreciate you guys big time. Are these the books that we are awaiting signatures? Yeah, I think so. These are the only ones that are being signed. So there's no more books being signed besides these ones right here, unless we do another Kickstarter. And these anniversary editions, right? These anniversary editions and stuff like that, they're super exclusive. What you can do is you can buy the just the anniversary editions for $140, which are the exclusive ones that never be printed again. Or you could also buy the regular editions as well for an additional $80. I think it's like $80 or is it $60? I know it's in total. I think it's like $220. So it's $220 for 10 hardcover books, 5 of them being the exclusive ones. And like I said, 20% off. If you're a regular backer of ours, a regular fan of Black Sands, you get 20% off with the code patronage. However, if you use the code on Kickstarter, you'll get 40% off, and that's only for the Kickstarter backers who already bought a set, right? So they already bought a set of Black Sands a long time ago. They can get Black Sands for dirt cheap now, right? Like they can get like Like a Kickstarter backer can get all 5 hardcovers of the exclusives. And if it's a 40% discount on a $140 set, then they're looking at what, $75? $75 or $80 for 5 variant cover exclusive signed books. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's a great deal. Hey, Mary, what's up? Thank you. Appreciate you for real. Are you tracking the Books a Million thing? You know what? You know what? We need to look at that right now. I got to look it up and see. Hey, everybody, please help me for a second. Go to Books a Million's website and see if you can find Black Sands in your local store. So it'll say it's available, but let's see if it says available in store, right? In store or for pickup. Let's see if we can find that real quick. Let's go check that because they don't give me updates. So I have to actually check it myself. So let's see. I'm looking it up right now. You guys look it up too. Let's see if we can find it. Black Sands. we gonna catch this real quick. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, come on, man. Get this thing off my screen. There we go. Some pop-ups. Black Sands. Oh yeah, I see volume 1. So let me just see about volume 1. Let's see where this at. Okay, it says it's in stock. In-store pickup and same-day delivery is not available. Let me see if we can change store. Let's pick the Alabama. So that's where most of them are at. Alabama. Let's see. Yeah, it's still out of stock. Well, I don't know how they do it. I really don't know how they do it. I don't know how Books a Million does it, like when they get the books versus when they actually put them out for sale in stores. You know what I mean? So I have no clue. But as far as where I'm looking at, I looked at the local area in Delaware, so probably Philadelphia and Maryland is where they were looking. And then I also looked in Birmingham, Alabama, and I still couldn't find it. So I don't necessarily know where they're putting them. That's a good question, though. Will autograph books be numbered? No, they will not be numbered. All right. There's no numbering, but like I said, there's only 1,000 copies ever signed. It's just a ridiculously grueling process. If we were only doing like 20 sets, I can understand, but we're doing like 800, right? 800. So that's like 4,000 books. So yeah, we're not numbering them. Is there a limit to how much a non-official investor, or in other words, an unaccredited, right? An unaccredited investor can invest in the upcoming round? Most of the time it's $2,500. Sometimes it's $5,000. It's based on your income, right? But $2,500 to $5,000 is the maximum you can invest in all companies for a whole year. All right. That's because that's just how the law works, right? This is regulated by the government. So it's not like a Kickstarter. This is regulated by the government. This is real stuff. So. And they're going to ask for all your personal information. So if you're shy about that, just know now they will ask for all your personal information. They'll ask for your social or your EIN. They're going to ask for your information. It's not a scam. It's the federal government that regulates all that stuff. All right. Oh man, you missed the early bird, huh? That sucks. Yeah, it was crazy, man. We sold so many in the first day. It was crazy. Like we really like people missed that opportunity so damn fast, man. Let's see. With 300 copies, is that still limited, still valuable? We'll receive COA for future sale. The number our edition is. No, I'm not going to be numbering the books. But like I said, there's literally not going to be. They're never going to be printed again. Like this, I only ordered 1,000 of each title, and they will never be printed again. You know, so these are 100% collector's items, and a lot of people get them for their kids, and I think this is very important to understand. A lot of people will give them to their kids, meaning mint condition, right? Mint condition copies will be extremely valuable. So all I'm saying, because a lot of them are going to be basically damaged or destroyed. It's just the way it is. A lot of people like getting this stuff for the kids. So if you're a collector and you want and you seal it up, right? 5 years from now, when Black Sands becomes the biggest anime in the country, I don't know. I don't know how much it's going to be worth, but it's going to be worth a lot. Let's see. Hate to ask again. I did forget what is going on with the shares. Previous investment rounds, the BSP comics. I already did a transfer for everybody. So everybody who was a BSP investor is now a BSE investor. All right. So that's how it works right now. They're all BSE investors. The legal information will be shared with you guys exactly how it happened and how it broke down. But basically, you're all BSE investors now. You all own stock in Black Sands Entertainment. Is there a larger discount? Oh, let's see. Is there a larger discount of the anniversary editions or 10 books? Well, no. The patron code is 20% off. The patron code is 20% off all books, all orders, all the time, forever and ever and ever, right? 20% off. So if you're getting 20% off the $220 bundle, right? Then that's like close to like $50, right? That's like close to $50 off. So you know what I mean? Like a year patron discount. I think a year's worth is like what, $50, something like that. $50 is like the year subscription. So that's almost like the subscription paid for what's it called in one order. You know what I mean? Before we go any further, let me refresh the page. I want to see where we're at now. I saw a lot of orders just come in. So let's see what we got. All right, we're at 117. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you. Now, our goal tonight is to get to roughly 150. So if you can, definitely order your copies now if you can. Like I said, I'll be answering all these questions about any topic, regardless of what it is. And I'm going to be pushing this pretty hard this week, right? We want to get as many out there as possible while we have our artists available, all right? Because once he's gone, there's not much I could do, man. I could only pay to get this guy to the United States, but so many times, right? So we really try to make sure that we get as many in there as possible so we can sign as many copies for you guys and then get them out to you. Hey, Eddie, thank you. Appreciate you 100%. Hey, where do we go to fill the survey for the Kickstarter? So the email surveys have went to you already. However, if you haven't gotten your email, the easiest way is to simply log into Kickstarter, go to Manage Pledges, right? You want to go to Manage Pledges. And then from Manage Pledges, you're going to see your campaigns that you've basically pledged in the past. And there's a little plus symbol next to it. All right? A plus signal next to our campaign will take you to the survey. Right? It'll take you to the survey and what other actions you can do for that Kickstarter campaign. All right? So that's how you do it. If you didn't get the email, but I'm sure most people did get the email. So just do it that way. Lamont, thank you. Appreciate you big time. Will the investors' name be in the credits? Will the investors' names be in the credits with a movie in theaters globally? Let's see. Well, honestly, just look up Carl Reed. He has his IMDb updated. So just look up Carl Reed and what he's done so far, and what Composition Media has already released. All right. So or has already secured distribution deals. So just look that up and you'll be able to get that information. It'll also be available in our Kickstarter, our WeFunder campaign when we go to it. So it will be available, but definitely look him up if you'd like to look him up. Will the names be in the credits? I don't see why we shouldn't. You know what I mean? Like it's at the credits are the credits, right? The credits usually is like it can go basically forever, right? Credits sometimes are 5 minutes long. So I don't see why we can't have a giant wall of names for the investors, right? I just don't see why we shouldn't be able to do that, right? So I'm definitely going to have that. I'm also going to have some executive producer tiers, right, for like our bigger investors. So there's going to be some bigger investor, slots for people who are investing really big money or are accredited. So that's also going to be available. Deja, Kirk, thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, keep them honest. Try desktop. If you're not on desktop right now, if you're on your phone, just try desktop. It'll probably work there. I don't know. Sometimes it glitches out. but most of the time it works because I'm looking at these orders right now. So I'm looking at the orders right now as far as like the numbers. And yeah, a lot of people are using the discount code. So I'm seeing numbers like 112, 118, not 140, right? I'm not seeing 140, I'm seeing 112s. So that means people's codes are working. So just try a different browser or something. You know what I mean? Volume 1 to 3 in Detroit. Oh, wait a minute. What? You got it in actual Detroit, like the actual store? Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. Wait. Gregory, did you just say that they are available for pickup in Detroit? Let me see real quick. Books a Million. Let me look at this. What is the dang let me see. Books. Black Sands. Somebody said it's in Detroit. I'm gonna make sure I'm at the right place. So what is the zip code for Detroit? Let me look that up real quick. Detroit discount. All right, let's say 48127. Let's just go with that. 48127. Let's see what happens there. Oh, snap, it's an in-store pickup in Beverly Hills. Okay, so we do have some in stock somewhere. The Beverly Hills in Detroit location has Black Sands in store. Okay, so now I know that they actually are in store somewhere, right? Now it's time to actually start pushing. I'm gonna start pushing people like crazy online, right, to start buying copies. They're in Detroit. That's a great city for Black comic books to be in. You know what I mean? Like Black comic books in Detroit, that's a pretty good spot to be in. So I can deal with that. Let's see. If we order a second set with the 40% off code, will they be signed? Yes, every book of the anniversary editions that are ordered before Thursday will be signed. 100%. By the way, if you need the discount code, if you need the website code again, here is the code in the comment section. All right. I just put it in the comment section right now. Click that link. Go and order now before this live is over. We want to hit 150 copies before we end this live session. Yeah, but oh snap, we're in Detroit. Thank you guys so much for investigating this because now I know they're in stores. They're not in every store, but they're in certain locations. Detroit is definitely a great city to be in when it comes to Black Sands. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Will we get a notification to know that our books have been shipped? Yep. So long as you put your email address in when you order the books, you'll get an email. You'll get an email with your tracking number and everything. And also for the Kickstarter backers, the same thing, because what I do is I download the entire inventory of all the backers, and then I upload those backers like in custom orders into Shopify. So you're gonna get the same notifications that everybody else get in Shopify. And it's gonna go directly to your email, and we're gonna be sending it to your house. Will there be posters or props displayed for the theaters? Yeah, most likely. Most likely. You got to understand this. When we do a distribution deal with movie theaters, the movie theaters want to make a lot of money. So they actually spend all that promotional stuff you see in movie theaters. The movie theater chain paid for it, not the movie, because that's part of the deal. They're paying for that because they're getting a big cut. They're getting a big cut of ticket sales. So since they're getting a big cut of ticket sales, they try to make it pop and do all the bells and whistles and stuff. And they invest more if they think the movie's going to do more. But for the most part, they invest, because, they want to sell more tickets because they get a large portion of the sales. So, yeah, there will be. I have a few questions. When will the casting winners be announced? This week. If you have a Patreon membership, is there a minimum you need to invest to become an official investor? $100. So most of the time, the minimum investment is $100. So that was the minimum in many rounds previous to this one. That's probably going to be the minimum in this one as well. Yeah, put them away with the grails. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the app no longer exists, buddy. The app no longer exists. You're going to which company for the investment round? The investment round will be a brand new company. The company is 100% purely for production. All right. So in other words, the company you're going to invest in owns the rights to episode 1 through 3 of Black Sands, and it's going to have everything that's involved in 1, 2, and 3 is going to be owned by that company. That's why it's going to be very simple to understand which profits that you own, right? Because all the money is going to be generated through that company. That company is going to exist purely for that film. All right. The year for patron is $220, and that's if you do the $20 tier. So if you do the $20 tier, and get the extra benefits like talking to me directly on Discord and having meetings about the company and stuff like that. If you are taking those benefits, yeah, it's about $220, right? But if you're doing the $5 tier for a whole year, that's $60 and then a 10% discount, so it's something like $52, something like that. That's usually how it works. Let's see. Here's a good technical question. I like this question. Is the upcoming animation a part of the Black Sands Entertainment Company? Essentially, when I invest in the upcoming animation, I am adding to the current shares. No, you're not. However, the success of the animation directly affects the value of the stock that you currently own. All right. So let me explain this. All right. And I'm going to take this off the screen so I can explain it and you guys can see me what's going on. So basically is this, right? All previous investors in Black Sands owns Black Sands stock. They own stock in Black Sands Entertainment that's valued at the current value of the stock, right? However, Black Sands Entertainment is a 50-50 partner with Composition Media on animated productions for Black Sands, the Seven Kingdoms, right? So whatever profits are made from the producer pool, because the producer pool is what we're splitting, right? The investor pool is a separate thing from the producer pool. Producers get 50%, investors get 50%. And basically the producer pool is the original companies that are basically working together, right? So that 25% that belongs to Black Sands Entertainment means that profits or whatever profits come from it go to the company Black Sands Entertainment, right? And also any future deals, any future licensing and marketing or whatever for any movie, regardless if it's the first 3 episodes or 1 million episodes after, right? They all are owned by Black Sands Entertainment and Composition Media, and Black Sands Entertainment and Composition Media will have increased or decreased value based entirely on whether the show is successful or not, right? Because if it's doing wildly well, then the value of the stock will go up because they're the owners of the IP. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, I didn't sell my rights away. I still own them. So that's a huge thing for us because no matter what, our older investors will benefit from the success of Black Sands, even if they don't invest in the anime. Now, if you do invest in the anime, you get direct profit sharing from the anime. So whatever the anime makes, you're going to get an actual check for your part in it. Very different vibe, very different thing. In order to make money from the Black Sands Entertainment investment, you have to sell your shares. And currently, there's no way to sell your shares, right? Because we're still in the early stages of our company, right? But maybe 3 years from now, 5 years from now, we're public. And when we're public, you can sell your shares. You might make a huge amount of money, right? But as of right now, you can't really sell them. With the Black Sands anime, within 12 months or 6 months or whatever, you can get a check. You're going to keep getting checks, right? So long as it's still making money. Let's recheck that list real quick. Let's see where we're at now. Hey, we're at 122. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. We're at 122. Let me go and pull it up again to make sure about that. Yeah, we're at 122 right now. Like I said, my goal is 150, but I ain't going to lose my mind if we don't get to 150, right? I'm just here hanging out with my fans right now, hanging out with the longtime supporters and trying to get some clarity. You know, I think that's one of the big things that sets Black Sands apart from our competitors as well, is that we give a lot of transparency to our fan base, right? I'm here, I answer questions directly. I talk to people all the time. I've taught people in this industry, given people publishing deals and opportunities, and I'm not afraid to punch Hollywood in the face or any of that bullshit that normally people avoid because they don't want to mess up future money. They're like, "Ooh, I don't want to do that because that might make me not very popular." And it's like, look, I don't care, right? Black Sands is a cultural movement for the Black community. That's what it is. It's a cultural movement. I am here to make a better future for our kids. And the only way that happens is if they believe that they are destined for greatness. You can't be destined for greatness, though, if you don't have a legacy. You ever see all those hero movies where somebody thinks they're a nobody? They're like, oh, I'm just a nobody. I can't make a difference in this world. And then they find out that like their great grandfather or great grandmother was like some hero of legend who saved countless lives, or, you know, they just had some legacy behind them that showed that they clearly had what it took. They just had to believe that they could be as great as their ancestors at one point in time. Why do we have all our ancestors in mainstream industry being slaves? Why is that the only ancestors we have, according to the education system, according to Hollywood? Why? There's a reason for that, because they don't want you to aspire to be anything. So the first step to aspiring kids to actually be a great people, right, is to give them a legacy they can easily relate to, right? And the first step is obviously great parents, right? Because, you know, most successful Black parents have successful Black kids. However, let's say that's not in your case. The next thing is legacy. What has your people done? What has your people achieved? That's my job. That's my job to get that going, to make sure that people understand what their people have achieved. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let's keep going. Okay, so hey, great work in the series. I filled out my survey a few weeks back. How long would be waiting? Well, once we send out the orders, you'll get an email for tracking, right? Canada, I don't think Canada takes too long. So shipments to Canada usually takes like maybe 2 weeks max, right? I'm not sure though. So stay tuned. But usually about 2 weeks. Hey, Isaac, thank you. Appreciate you. If we invested in WeFunder, oh yeah, I'm putting the link back up again for people that just entered the chat. Here's the link to the to the books. If you haven't ordered yet, I just put them in the comment section. You can use that as well. Remember to use the code patronage for 20% off today only. Okay, you can use the code patronage for 20% off your order as well. If we invested in WeFunder, how will we be contacted for the investment round? Yo, check your emails, man. Check your emails and check the WeFunder updates. Don't miss them. When they go into your inbox, open them and check your promo tab. Check your promo tab. If you check your promo tab and you see Black Sands Entertainment updates from WeFunder, click a button. There's a button there that says this is not spam, or this is right. This is not spam, or move to inbox. Do that, because it's going to basically allow those to go directly into the inbox instead of the promo tab. Promo tab is basically like spam tab. All right, so you barely ever see it. Check to see if you're getting them there, and then move them into the inbox so you can get all the updates. Can investors get a copy of the movie theater poster? Most likely. I'll see what I can do about that. I'll see what I can do about that. Elijah, thank you. Appreciate you. Big time. When are you shipping out the anniversary editions once you ordered? Most likely April 10th, right? So our artist arrives on April 8th, We're going to do some signings, get everything prepared. And then all the people are going to show up around April 10th. All the people that's going to help us ship. And they're going to start preparing all the boxes. They're going to prepare everything. And they're going to start shipping immediately. We're probably going to ship a couple hundred sets a day. You know what I mean? For like 3 or 4 days. So, yeah. And then from then, 3 to 5 days for US people for the most part, roughly 3 to 5 days. Everybody else takes a long ass time. If you're international, if you're an international person, please, for the love of God, check your tracking and sign up for updates on your tracking through like whatever thing you're using, because customs is a pain in the ass. Sometimes customs will steal your stuff and never let you know. They'll never let you know they stole your stuff, especially you Brits. All right. I've seen plenty of times where the British government will steal your stuff and be like, well, they didn't come get it from customs. You got to pay an extra fee or some random extra fee or something they decide to give to 1 or 2 people. Right. So you have to be keeping an eye on your books to make sure that if they do hold it for whatever reason, that they do it. Now I'm gonna put in all the custom paperwork gift, right? Just gift, friend, gift to a family member or something. But they might still be a troll. So just be careful of that. Let's see. How do I check to see if they're in store in LA? The best way is just go to their website, Books A Million. Go to Books A Million's website and look up Black Sands Volume 1, the regular one, not the anniversary edition, but the regular one. And from there, once you do that, it'll tell you if your local store has it or not, right? You just put the zip code in. Oh, wait a minute. It's in wait a minute. I'm going to go there tomorrow. I'm going there tomorrow. Let me see. Arndale Mills. Where the hell is that? I want to see where Arndale Mills is. You know what? Yeah, let me see. There, Arndale Mills. I want to see where the hell this is. I need to get a haircut first, though. Arndale Mills, Books A Million, because that might be close enough to me. Let's see what we got here. All right, let me see your directions. That might be close enough to me. So let me see here. Black Sands. Let's see. Middletown. 54 minutes. Wait a minute, that's not Middletown. That's Middletown, Maryland. Middletown. What the hell's going on here? Let me see that real quick. Okay, let's see what we got. That's still not bad. An hour and 28. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. Hey, how about this, guys? So check it out, man. If you guys are in the Philadelphia area or the DMV or whatever, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call up the people over there at that Books A Million in Arndale, since they have the books in the store in Arndale, right? And I'm going to try to do like an unofficial or official signing at that location. So I can sign the books for you guys, actually be there in Arndale, Books A Million, right? And you can like buy them all out, like buy the entire store out, Black Sands books right on the spot, right? It's an hour and a half away, not that bad of a drive. If they got them in stock over there, I'm going to set that up for you guys so we can have a signing in the store, right? So let me see. I'll definitely make that happen if that's the case. That's kind of cool, man. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Hey, what's up? Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Oh, let me check the numbers again, too. Let's check the numbers. Are we going to hit that 150? Let me see. Okay, we're at 126. We're moving the chains. All right, so I'm seeing the comment section kind of drying up as far as like questions. I guess I answered most people's questions. But that's actually a cool little goal that we should have. We should have a live signing in Arndale in Maryland. So we'll see. But, people in the DMV, people in Philadelphia, Baltimore and stuff like that, I think that'd be pretty cool for you guys to come through and sign them. As a matter of fact, let me see if it's in Columbiana, because I love Columbiana. Columbiana is actually one of the coolest cities. So Columbiana, is it Columbiana or Columbia, Maryland? Yeah, Columbia, Maryland. I think it's Columbia, Maryland. Let me see. Columbia, Maryland. Yep. Let me see if it's is that the one? It seems like it's the same place. Books a Million. It seems like it's the same place. I'm not sure. Well, if it is there, because I used to live there, so if it is there, we're definitely gonna have a good time over there. We'll have a big dinner and everything else. We'll eat at one of those restaurants. I like Maggiano's, so we can go eat at Maggiano's, right? Eat some freaking $50 steaks, right? and get some signed books. I think that'd be pretty dope. Yeah, but basically, we're good to go, man. Let's see. Is it okay to make a radio station commercial for our location for the movie? We're gonna do all that stuff. We're gonna do all that promo stuff as we get closer to it. 100%. Keep them honest. Thank you. Appreciate you. This is the one's lifetime chess? Yeah, it is. It really is. Will the investors get to meet me and Giselle? Of course. In fact, we're going to have a private screening for all the investors. All right. So we're going to have a private screening, most likely in DC. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get a private screening in DC. I just like DC in general. Right. Or National Harbor, something like that. And come on out and watch the movie before it comes out, an early premiere. Right. In the blackest, most rich black neighborhoods in America, right? These are the most rich black neighborhoods in America, all around DC and National Harbor and Potomac, right? That's where all the black wealth is. And let's go through and let's just wild out. Let's just wild out. We're gonna have the movie theaters. We're gonna have panels. We're gonna go outside and then go to black restaurants and stuff, black-owned, really expensive restaurants. We're just gonna wild the hell out. We're going to wild the hell out in D.C. And we're going to invite some politicians because why not, right? Why not get some people in there? We're just going to wild out, man. It's going to be a good time in D.C. So that's when the movie comes out. And also, Giselle's name is spelled G-E-I-S-Z-E-L. All right? All right. She's not French. So G-E-I-S-Z-E-L. But yeah, I'm going to see if I can do a live signing for Books a Million in Maryland. If they're in Maryland, and especially if they're in Columbia, Maryland, because I remember there was a Books a Million in Columbia, Maryland. If they're in Maryland, and especially if they're in Columbia, Maryland, we're going. We're going and we're going to sign some books, baby. We're going to sign some books and we're going to take pictures, bring your kids, bring your family, do whatever you got to do, and then we'll go all eat at Maggiano's. We're going to eat at Maggiano's and get some big ass steaks and pasta. That's what we gonna do. That's what we gonna do. I love Columbia, Maryland. Columbia, Maryland is amazing because it's like a 50-50 city. So it's like 50% black, 50% white, but everybody's so happy. I've never seen so many happy and in shape black people. Like everybody's happy and in shape. Like they look healthy and happy, and it's just everybody's so fucking happy in Maryland. It's crazy. Right? Because I used to live in the South for years, and there's a certain energy you have. There's a certain energy people have in general, right? But in Maryland, they are living the best life. Like black people in general living their best life. so just it's a great place to be, man. If you ever want to come down. Let's see. All right, guys. So I am calling it a night. I'm gonna give the link one last time in the comment section for you guys, but we are done for tonight. Remember, I'm still gonna be sending out these emails to you guys, so check your emails, and everything else. Remember the code. All right. The most important thing you need to remember if you're planning on ordering tomorrow or whatever is the patronage code. All right. PATRONAGE for 20% off. All right. And for all my Kickstarter backers who wanted an extra set, just email me on Kickstarter or check your updates that I'll update tomorrow for a 40% discount. All right. So you can get an extra set, right, for 40% off, which is freaking ridiculous. But hey, you guys already bought them. So I got you. All right. Remember, we're only going to do I think 300 sets in total. All right, and Thursday's the cutoff. After that, my artists can't sign any more books past that date because they have to ship to us. Now we got to buy a big ass truck to bring 4,000 books to our location. So yeah, it's a heavy haul. So we can't add to it once we've made our decision. So I appreciate you guys so much tonight. Let's go and update the list just to see what that final number was. And we're sitting at 126. All right, so 126 is the number that we hit so far tonight. Let's try to push that number further as the night goes on, and I'm going to see if I can make a live appearance in Maryland for official signing at Books A Million. We actually got books in Books A Million in freaking Maryland. Let's go. And Detroit. Let's go. Peace.